And we're back on the Ellen Show today. Let's look at the newest viral video of the week.
Get right with the shell shock pizza kings. Can't stop these radical dudes. The secret of the ooze making chosen few. Emerge from the shadows to make their move. The good guys win and the bad guys lose. Leonardo's a leader in blue. Does anything it takes to get his stitches through. Donatello is a fellow, has a way with machines. Raphael's got the most attitude on the team. Michelangelo, he's one of a kind. And he knows where to find him when it's party time. That's the final time of every single skill they need to be one lead, mean, green, incredible team. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja
Well, let's bring out the amazing girls who made this amazing video. Woo! Okay, so what inspired you to make this amazing video? Well, first let's introduce ourselves for the audience.
I'm Eugenia. I'm a zookeeper, and I went to Oxford University.
I'm Jill. I am an embryologist, and I went to Harvard University.
And I'm Jess, and I'm a paleontologist who went to Cambridge.
All right, so what inspired y'all to make this wonderful video?
Well, and you see,
Hey, Ellen, you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
Why did the turtle cross the road?
I don't know.
To find its ancestors.
yeah.
Well,
While that was terrible, like the worst joke I've ever heard, Eugenia, she's not totally wrong. We don't really know where the turtle's ancestors came from because there's a really bad lack of fossil evidence, and when they did live in the ancestor days, they didn't have a good place to live where the fossils would be able to form really easily. So with the lack of evidence, we have a really skeptical version of their confirmed lineage and where they came from.
I think they probably came from, although they are reptilian, I think they're closely related to crocodiles and even birds.
birds.
Yeah.
Birds. No. I thought turtles were related to lizards, stuff like that.
Well, like I said, they are definitely reptilian, and turtles do have their nose shape. It's kind of in the shape of a beak, kind of like a chicken.
Yes.
And as far as crocodiles go, some of the turtle shells have spiky backs, kind of like the scales on a crocodile. And if you look at the embryos, which is this picture right here, this one is the chicken and that's the turtle, and they look almost identical. They both have these similar structures. One is called the Wolffian Ridge, and it's a longitudinal ridge that forms the lateral part of the body, and then the CR, which is kind of like the Wolffian Ridge, but it is more medial to the body. And the point where they actually differentiate and end up looking like the chicken or end up looking like a turtle is they had these, scientists strongly hypothesize, it's not completely proven, they have these progenitor cells that will cause their ribs to form and move laterally and dorsal, which causes the movement of the rib cage, which then forms the turtle shell.
Yeah, but another thing that we believe is they might have come from lizards and snakes. As you can see on our red line, you can really see how those compare to our picture number 13 right there, and how they look like the same morphology, the same body shape as that ancestor. And the thing that's behind that is way back in the day, they had all these vertebrae and they had all their ribs, and they lost a lot of their ribs seemingly for no reason because of the lack of fossil evidence. We can't really tell you why, but they flattened out to 9 ribs, as you can see in this top picture number 3, And the ribs flattened out and elongated, and they came around, and as you saw in the video, there were these bones that, came out and they fit together, and that's what eventually got into their shell. So while they have the morphology that's similar to reptiles and snakes and things like that, the whole shell formation is what is, scientists are a little skeptical at, like, maybe they came from there, but we're not entirely sure.
It's just like the little pieces of bone that are missing. Don't really.
Right.
Okay, so hold on. We need to back it up. I'm not really sure where turtles came from. Like, does anybody really know? Do we have any clue?
Oh, a little bit.
Eugenia knows.
Okay, so how we kind of made our video was we do have a confirmed lineage for the turtles, like to the modern day turtles. The oldest ancestor we know so far is the Milretta, and as you can see, it kind of looks like a lizard, kind of has the same morphology. But as we move on to the Unitosaurus, it kind of widens out. That's the ribs kind of flattening out a little bit. So it kind of has that lizard look with the tail and everything. And then later on, they move from land to water, and they kind of have more of a soft shell now. These are called the Odontochyles, and they have flatter ribs. You can't really see if you're not close up, but they do have flatter ribs, and it's still kind of widened out. And then their closest ancestor that we know of is the Proganochyles. And as you can see, it kind of looks a lot like a modern day turtle. It has the hard shell, but it's kind of more spiny and kind of looks more like it's from the dinosaur age or something. But that's because it is. It was millions of years old. But these are the only ancestors that were kind of confirmed about the turtle. And we have this lineage up here. However, we're not sure where this lineage fits in with the tree, so that's why we're unsure about if they're close to lizards or if they're close to birds and crocodiles. We don't know where on the tree of life this lineage goes.
Okay, so going back to this water thing, I did a little research. I'm Ellen, I can't be completely clueless. And I saw that 125 million years ago that they roamed Earth. So, I mean, did they just decide one day, hey, I'm going to hop in the water, let me try it out and breathe in some water instead of some air?
Well, the oldest fossil that they found from a turtle, they found a skull that was about 70 million years old in South Dakota. And they estimated that about 125 million years ago, something catastrophic on Earth happened, which kind of forced them to move into the marine life. So it's not like they just decided one day, hey, let's go for a swim, and then started breathing water. Like, that's not how it went. And
Do you know how big these things were like back then? I mean,
about
when I think of a turtle, I think of like, something like the size of that, for sure.
something small.
Yeah.
Well, about 165 million years ago, they were estimated to be about 6 feet long, like about the size of an average crocodile today.
What? I wouldn't want that turtle swimming in my pond. But so the water breathing, it's just baffling me. The whole air to water.
Well, the only thing that we really know about the air to water transition is that it's something really catastrophic happened on Earth. We're not sure what, but the only thing that we can tell you from confirmed fossil evidence is that this happened fast. And it was already a miracle enough that these turtles are still living, because this formation of the shell really took away from the breathing air in general. The way that your ribs work in a lot of animals is they ventilate your lungs for you. And when these animals lost all their ribs, or lost a lot of their ribs, and only were left with 9 that were flattened and broad, it couldn't ventilate their ribs or their lungs anymore because it wasn't in the right position. So they had this mutation that developed a muscular sling that did it for the ribs. So with that random mutation, like, they already weren't breathing air as efficiently as a lot of other animals, and really this shell was just it was good for protection. That was maybe about it. But the only thing that we know about from that transition is that it had to happen very fast, and it was a really random mutation that happened.
Interesting.
So nobody officially knows how they moved into aquatic life, but
Or why.
there's a lot that's not really known about turtles. They're kind of sketchy.
A little sneaky.
Yeah.
Little things. sorry, Shrek.
That's my baby.
Okay.
Shrek is my favorite turtle in my zoo.
Okay.
But
Nice.
hey, Ellen, do you know what anapsid and diapsid are?
Was that English? Okay, look, I'm Ellen and all, I'm cool, but bilingual's not on my resume, I'm sorry.
Well, you're trilingual like me. I speak turtle. Anyway, anapsid is an organism with a skull with no openings on the side of its head. Like this is the eye, this is the nose, but they don't have any other openings. While a diapsid organism has 2 openings on the side of the head. There's a lot of controversy over where turtles came from with this. Because a lot of people from molecular data say it's anapsid from parareptiles. However, if you want to they are now diapsid, and if you want to put them in the clade with either birds, crocodiles, lizards, or snakes, it would be likely that they come from a diapsid clade, which also, kind of adds fuel to the fire on where turtles came from. I'm not really sure.
All right, so this whole rib thing's throwing me off anyway. So can we pull our video back up, show the viewers exactly where it happened, how it happened, all that good stuff? Yes.
Now, Eugenia, you said you speak turtle. How do you speak turtle?
How did you learn turtle?
I can't tell you.
They told you not to tell you. Tell us.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, it's a secret.
Tell me when.
Okay,
time.
so you can see in this very first one, they have these long, extra ribs. And then in this transition, they lose a lot of their ribs. And you can see even when they're losing ribs, they're flattening out and broadening, which is affecting their breathing. And then this is the picture that's on our poster. And then here is a transition that we don't really understand through fossil evidence, is they get this abdomen kind of shell formation as well. Yeah, and that's that one. And then here is, this is what I was talking about with the random bone formations that happen to fit so closely in their ribs. That's where we lost a lot of fossil evidence. This is probably about the same time when all of this random mutations were happening to help them breathe in the water, and something really catastrophic on Earth was happening that this would be actually beneficial to these turtles.
So we're just not really sure about turtles. They just do whatever they want. They just decided they were gonna, evolutionize and not tell anybody.
Basically. But now that we know from Eugenia's 20 turtles at the zoo, these are very complex animals.
They're free spirits.
Interesting. Well, is there anything else we need to add? Tell our viewers. It's great having y'all.
We have some
Thank you
presents
for
for our
having us.
viewers.
I'm Ellen. I give free stuff away. Well, thanks, Eugenia. All right, everybody. Free turtle stickers for all.
Show your tab.
You get stickers. And you get stickers. Here you go. Oh, it matches your cup. How nice.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ellen.
Thank
I
you, Ellen.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Ellen.
We hope to have you again with all your 20 turtles.
They'll come
Could you bring them here?
maybe. That's a lot of cages. Maybe that doesn't fit that, but we'll see.
Okay, cut. That's probably one of the most awkward things I've done in my life.
Questions?
Who wants turtle stickers?
Is there a color, can you explain the colors of the bands and what that
Oh.
kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the red one was the
There's
just
the
go
deer
through.
lineage.
to snakes,
The yellow one is the
Okay.
birds and crocodiles.
and embryology.
The green one was just sea turtles, and then the blue
Okay.
/ white, because we ran out of blue, is the confirmed lineage.
Okay, I see. Thanks.
It's really cluttered, but we just rushed it.
Yeah.
A little bit easier.
Yes.
So you said that the flattening out the rib cages was what? Was that what sent them into the water, or that might?
No, that was way before they went into the water. That's when they were still on land. But that was the beginning of the formation of the shell.
Okay. And they didn't turn into full water animals until all the
Right, they
structures
had
came
the
forward.
they had
So they
the
had the
flat
sling.
ribs and the muscular sling that actually helped them breathe. And then millions of years after that, they were their own thing. They developed and evolved on land, and then something weird happened on Earth that made them go back into, or go into the water.
So there were
Whatever-
2 going into the waters?
Yeah, they were land going into the water.
Then they came out
Mhm.
and some went back in?
Yeah.
And others stayed out, like the tortoises and things?
Yeah,
like
the tortoises
terrestrials.
and the land turtles stayed out.
Okay.
and then-
Yeah, it's kind of back and forth a little bit, which
Okay.
makes us, which is
Still
why we
skeptical.
believe that it happened so fast that they had to adapt to water life, like that.
So out of the limited fossils that are found, that links to their history, where were they found, like on the world? Like what continent do you guys
Well,
know?
the
we're
one that's the
the
largest
turtle
sea
skull that
turtle
they
head
found
was in South Dakota in 1996.
And there was
So-
another fossil that was way earlier that was actually found in like China.
Okay.
So these things are
So pretty much
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So I have one more question.
Yes.
Is there like a structural difference between the tortoises and turtles that are in the water? That make
Tortoises
the
just have the-
Tortoises stay out and the
Yeah, tortoises
other
can't swim.
turtles stay in the water?
Well, yeah, the turtles in the sea have like more like like smoother, and then tortoises don't swim at all, and they have really bumpy, like harder, bigger, like
And then of
usually
course the
like
flippers.
broad shells.
Yeah,
And
sea
the
turtles
flippers
have a set of legs.
Have flippers and tortoises.
Oh, and turtles also have the
one bone, two bone,
one,
little
two
bones.
bone, little bones,
Digits.
digits. So.
All right, thank you very much.